Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. New 52 edition, God help you. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
I'm Kristen.
That's right, kids. This time we're going to cover Batgirl number 3, guest starring Nightwing. Yeah, and yes, from 2011, so that's New 52. And, well, I guess I'll break the bad news to Kristen, because I don't know if she's seen. Did you see Harley Quinn came back last week?
Oh, I did, yes. I haven't watched it yet, though. I was going to ask, is Nightwing in the episode?
No, they don't even really go into that ending.
Oh, okay.
Season, so.
Okay. I heard they were moving to Metropolis.
Yes, they do in the first episode, but yeah.
So I wonder if any of the bats will even be in it, or what?
Well, they were at like this big gala in they're opening like a Superman museum. Bruce was there, but as Bruce, not as Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there was like I guess Harley and Ivy have basically just been hanging out in the apartment doing nothing. But they did a flashback to show like the last mission they went on. They were doing they're like Gotham City Sirens, and it was like them and Catwoman lied to them and said they had to steal this like big ruby or something from the Enchantress to like, I don't know, save something. But meanwhile, Catwoman just wanted the giant ruby. So, and then Barbara was Oracle in their ear, and basically they were ignoring her the whole time. So then once Catwoman's like, I quit, grabs the ruby and goes, I quit. Barbara's like, I quit too. Because no one would listen to her.
Yep.
So after the whole gala thing, and then they're like hanging out with Lex Luthor's sister. They decide to stay in Metropolis. Lex is in jail. They're dealing with the sister. There was a little bit of Superman stuff, little Lois Lane stuff, but it seems like the villain's going to be Brainiac. So,
does Lex Luthor have a sister in the comics?
I don't think in the comics, but in like some of the TV shows and stuff, he has. It depends what version. Some of the TV shows. I know the Supergirl TV show he did. I forget if any of the other TV shows he might have had a sister or something. But yeah, I mean, certain versions he does. So. That's
cool.
But yeah, it's so funny at the end, Brainiac. I don't know if Brainiac's preparing to take over Metropolis, but he's like scanning the city. That it's like almost like 100% perfection. But guess what? Starts bringing the score down. Harley and Ivy. But yeah, they don't go into the Nightwing thing at all. There was like a brief recap at the beginning or something. It was almost like a commercial, but all they say is like, "Oh, the Joker lied about killing Nightwing" or something. But that's it. The actual episode really that does not address it at all. So,
well, give it time.
No, I know. So, yeah, I was just hoping for more Nightwing, but I guess we'll see. It's so funny because like in the beginning when they're still in Gotham, they show like how horrible Gotham is. Like, stuff's just like blowing up and stuff. Man Bat just like swoops down and grabs someone randomly off the street. Then at one point they run into Riddler and Clock King, the new power couple jogging in the park. Yeah, so.
Riddler and Clock King can take over then, I guess, if Harley and Ivy are peacing out.
But the one person I didn't see, I'm wondering like who's in every other episode, every other season. I saw no Bane, so.
Oh no!
I know he was in Kite Man, so I don't know.
Yeah, he was. He better. Yes, if they don't have Bane in this show, that will be a loss because I don't really like the comic book version of Bane that much, but the Bane in these shows is hilarious.
I know. Why would you move to Metropolis?
I mean, that episode where he goes to Italy to make pasta.
I was the pasta maker.
That was a classic. Yes. That was a classic.
So yeah, so no sign of Nightwing so far. So
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, again, I wonder if this is just a big year of Superman since that movie's coming out in July. It's so funny because was it the end of last season or whatever? There was something with Superman and Harley's like, he still hasn't thanked me for saving his life.
Become like the pasta maker. Superman has not thanked her.
All right. Should we get into this issue? Because I don't think we have any other Nightwing news, do we?
I don't think so.
I'll have to ask Lil if I think, because she's been playing that Batman game on the MetaQuest, I guess. So I'll have to be. I've heard nothing about Nightwing, so I'm assuming he's not in it. So just Bruce beating people up.
Oh my gosh, I'm glancing at this and it says the cover date is January 2012.
Oh, yeah.
This is 12 years old. No, 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I know New 52 doesn't seem that long ago, does it?
Phil.
What's what I say? I'm always like, oh, why don't these young kids, read the good stuff like from the 90s? And I was like, oh god, that's like 30 years ago.
For real, New Teen Titans? Dang, that is like ancient.
I know. That's like that thing if they remade Back to the Future today, he'd be going back to 1995 now. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh yeah, my favorite Nightwing thing. Yeah, I forgot this picked up in the middle of a storyline, but yeah, she's fighting a new villain who's, Mirror, who's crazy because I'm trying to remember his whole story. Basically, it's he loses family or something, or there's some big tragedy, and now he's like trying to like kill people who survive stuff they shouldn't have. So, and then everyone talks.
It seems like a terrible reason to become a villain.
Yes, and then the whole. Everyone's worried about Barbara, like her dad and Nightwing, and everyone's worried about Barbara's health because that's the thing. For New 52, they got Barbara out of the wheelchair, and I think it was some kind of experimental like microchip in her spine or something. So
yeah,
so it's like I think everyone's told her don't push it. I think, and I don't know if the doctors even told her that. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like that was. I mean, like, that's obviously one of the overarching themes for this opening story. And while I get it, it's also annoying.
Yeah.
It's both annoying. This just feels like this is a classic example of angst for the sake of angst, because as like, on the one hand, yes, I understand that Barbara's mad that these people are like, quote unquote, babying her or whatever, and nobody likes that. On the other hand, I understand why everyone is concerned, particularly people like Nightwing and Batman, because they know, and I mean, let's be real, her dad knows too, he's just pretending he doesn't, that she's out there Batgirling it around. Like, yes, that is something dangerous, chip in your spine or not, but it's the kind of thing that it's like, people, this would just be solved if you actually paused and communicated adequately for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but that communication wasn't a bit strong suit of the New 52. And again, you can pretty much read every book. Will and I are doing a bunch of Green Lantern from New 52 right now, and it's just, that's what Will says every time. It's like, it seems like New 52 is just like they were looking for over-the-top violence, high body count, people don't make the most smartest of decisions.
That's why I said it just feels like angst for the sake of angst, because she's like, oh, everyone's worried about me, but we don't fully talk about it. So I'm assuming that everyone's worried about me because they don't think I can do it. And that makes me mad. And so I'd rather beat them up. But really, they're just checking in because they love me. It's like, guys, this didn't need to be an issue. You could have just like picked up the damn phone.
Exactly. Oh, but yeah, I mean, and again, kind of de-aging a lot of people, like especially Commissioner Gordon with his red hair.
Right, yeah. Although it's funny because then I felt like it was later in the New 52 that when they gave Barbara that purple suit, that was kind of cool, but they felt like it de-aged her even more.
Yeah, I think they were going for a young audience. I mean, it was a different writer, but yeah, I think they were going for like a younger crowd, maybe. Yeah, like when she moved to Burnside and stuff, I think, yeah, issue 35 is when that started, so. Okay. Oh yeah, and then they did that whole thing, remember when, Bruce got amnesia and basically her dad became like the new Batman in that robotic suit.
Yes. I would like to get amnesia about that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because that was when Dick was in Spiral and he was like, can I come home? And they were like, oh, no one's here to answer your phone call.
And it had like I guess they were supposed to be Batman ears, but they had the weird ears on it because me and Lil folks called it like the bunny suit.
Yeah. Well, that's another hot mess because that again was just
shock value.
Yes. Well, and there's no reason. I refuse to believe that if Bruce had amnesia, Alfred would tell all of the bad kids, like, he's so happy not knowing he's Batman. Just act like you don't know. I mean, okay, maybe I can understand him saying, like, hey, don't tell him y'all are vigilantes. But didn't he basically want the kids to stay away from Bruce?
I'm trying to remember.
Remember Dick dressed up and visited him as, like, a weird blonde guy.
Yeah. I mean, unless he didn't want, like, because everyone thought Dick was dead, so unless I don't remember. I thought maybe some of that was just Alfred, like, saying, oh, don't blurt out, oh, Dick Grayson, because, you know, that way everyone will know he's alive, because not even the family knew he was alive, so. I don't know. They should have just canceled the whole plan and Bruce got amnesia. It was Bruce's plan. Dick should have just came back and been Batman. Again.
For real.
Yeah, because that would have been the thing of just like, you know, showing how the mission once again was like really a heavy burden on Dick's shoulders. But meanwhile, it's like, well, I don't want to, like, you know, he's happy for the first time since he was like 8. So I don't want to like destroy his happiness. So I guess we're going to keep being Batman. But no.
It was a mess.
But yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, I think New 52 really like backed a lot of writers in their corner. Like Gail Simone's like a great writer.
Right. Yeah, I know. If I didn't know she had written this, I would have been like,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I guess I don't know. They kind of started out making people kind of not that likable.
I mean, there are stories. I mean, I don't think the full stories have ever come out, but like a lot of creators weren't happy with what they were given. Like, you know, to start the New 52, a lot of them wanted out and stuff. So,
right. Remember, Kyle Higgins talked to us that one time, and it seemed like they randomly decided Nightwing was supposed to be red, but nobody liked it. So it's like, if nobody likes it, why is it happening this way?
And again, it's so weird. They're like, okay, we're rebooting the universe and it's only 5 years old. But meanwhile, everyone's been a Robin. So it's like, okay, so what, you've had one Robin each year or something, you know? Because they wanted every character at once, but they're like, oh, we only want like a 5-year-old universe. It's like, okay. And this series is weird too, because I think it's a different writer, but like eventually, I don't know, like James Jr. kind of like disappears almost, and then like Commissioner Gordon blames Batgirl for killing him. So now Commissioner Gordon was hunting down Batgirl, and it's just talking about angst.
Right. Like I said, a mess.
Yeah. So how did you feel like the way they portrayed Dick and Barbara as well, quote unquote, relationship in this? Like even like their past.
I definitely like it better in
anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess I don't necessarily. This isn't the first time. Yeah, I'm trying to remember back to some of the older stuff. Mm-hmm. And I feel like sometimes there was a little tension depending on the writer, you know, like in the very beginning of Batman Family in the 70s, where Dick is like being kind of a misogynistic Dick and is like, Batgirl, you don't need to do this. And then she kisses him. But I felt like in the past, they never really made it a thing that Dick and Barbara didn't get along.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when she was first introduced, she was like older than him, so she was a congresswoman, but he was her little volunteer intern.
And it's so weird, just like that flashback where she's just like, oh yeah, half the girls in Gotham City be happy to be up on this roof with him and stuff. Like, like he's like the rich kid, and it's like she never, anyone who knew him didn't see him as the rich kid.
Right, yeah, because it's always like that money is Bruce's, not mine. Yeah,
he's the circus kid that got taken in, but yeah, but the whole thing with them fighting, it's just ridiculous. And of course, it's Batman and I love you. It's not I love you. And I guess I don't know if it's just like clumsy setup or like, oh, this is why the rest of the Bat family is not going to be around in the upcoming issues to help her with whatever.
Oh, because she says, like, I want to be alone.
They kind of fight, and at the end, Dick's like, okay, he's like, okay, you want to be alone? You're alone. You're all alone.
Right. Yes, they're always.
And again, and again, it'd be kind of tough to like squeeze Dick into this book more because he's going to be on the road with the Haley Circus.
Right. Yeah. I mean, somebody else could have popped in though.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, another New 52 thing is like they were breaking people up or had them in weird relationships. Although I do like when he's like on the back of her motorcycle when she's driving and she's like, "You okay?" He's like, "I've been shot out of cannons. I'm okay."
Yep. It's also weird that they're in uniform and they're using real names. Also, that she's like, "Why are you here, Richard, and not Dick?" That's odd.
Yeah. Again, I think there was. I guess it might have been this point where that's where there was a point where they were trying to like phase out the name Dick and replace it with Richard.
It's never gonna happen.
No, I know. Even though it was an old-fashioned name, I don't think you're getting rid of it for this character.
No, it's iconic now, and it's hilarious. It's part of his charm.
That's right.
He's one of the few Dicks that can pull it off and not be a total douchebag.
Yes. Charming Dick.
But yeah, it's just the communication is annoying. Like, when Dick says, "I've seen the records. Do you want to be back in the wheelchair? Is that what this is about?" Like, that was obviously a terrible way to phrase that. But, I mean, him saying, "Can you take him alone?" I get it. Like, checking in. And then I also get that because this is a comic book and they want to have some sort of dynamic scenes, that she turns it into a game of tag. But also that was one of those things where I was like, you could just use your words and we could move on.
Exactly. But again, especially New 52, they're not going to do that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was just like, I'm trying to remember what the doctor said, if it's like she's only supposed to be out of the wheelchair for a certain amount of time a day, or I don't know. But I remember too, people were complaining about that too, because it's like they're like, oh, you're erasing this character's history and like, the representation for the disabled and stuff, because there aren't a lot of characters.
No, I mean, it still honestly kind of sucks that she hasn't gone back to being Oracle. I still think that was a mistake. Because now there isn't.
Yeah, it's like if you want a Batgirl, you have choices. You could have Cass, you could have Stephanie, but again, it's so weird because they wanted like a clean, supposedly a clean break, a brand new history, a brand new universe. But meanwhile, stuff was still carrying over. I mean, Killing Joke still happened.
Right.
Dick, Jason, Tim, and Damian have all been Robin. All in 5.
Yeah, they were trying to have it both ways, all the ways, and I don't know, it didn't really work out that well. Yeah,
no, they wanted to do 5, only a 5-year universe, but meanwhile, day one, we're going to start with all the characters, Harley, all of them. Yeah. Oh, and then, that is right. That one woman cop who was calling Gordon when Barbara's in the office. I guess she's trying to track down Batgirl too. So. I love everyone's tracking down Batgirl, but it's like no one. I don't know if anyone really has a problem with Batman. It's like, shouldn't they be trying to track them all down?
Right.
It seemed like, yeah, I mean, again, everyone had their problems in New 52, but it seems like, man, they were in the Bat family. They were lumping a lot of it on Batgirl.
Right, yeah, because then he finds her on tag, and he's like, oh, I win. And then she's like, throws a batarang at his head.
And trying to kick him in the head. Yeah, we used to chase each other like this. Two kids flirting in a way only a handful of people on Earth could ever match. He with his acrobatics and me with my ballet. Wasn't that an Avril Lavigne song? Boy, this is how she treats guys she has crushes on. Hates see touch treats guys she hates.
Like I said, it just is like, come on, you could have. It's just like they needed a fight scene in this. And so they're like, oh, let's have them fight each other. I was like, it doesn't make sense.
Like I said, I think it's also so, no other Bat characters show up. So, it's like, oh, yeah, Nightwing and Batman spread the word. No one go help Batgirl. Even though it's like, I mean, I don't think Tim and Jason are in town at this point. So.
I don't know. So it's like, I get at the end where she says, Nightwing, I need you to understand. I need to do this alone. So I was like, why don't you just leave? Like, again, this whole thing felt very frustrating. Like, just talk.
I know. Again, not a strong point in the New 52 with anybody. And again, I think there were also, they were like, okay, Nightwing's not going to be showing a lot here. We're not going to have a relationship at this point because, he's going to get, betrayed in his own book by a redhead. But did I miss something when she cuts off some of her hair and gives it to him?
No, I think she's doing that because she's trying to show, like, I want to still be friends. I still care about you, but you got to leave me alone. So he's like, okay. Yeah,
she beats on him. Then she goes, you're a mess, He's like, yeah, I fought this tough redhead chick. She beat the crap out of me. And yeah, like I said, it's not even this book. It's not even the Bat books. Like, I question so many choices made in the New 52. I think they went overboard trying to show, oh, well, this isn't the same old universe, or not all the characters are going to get along like they did and have the same.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, in that issue, everyone just kind of seems like a jerk.
New 52.
And I was like, you could have not beaten each other up. Like, just use word. Like I said, it just felt like angst. I mean, it wasn't a terrible issue. It just annoyed me that I don't know. It felt like they had Dick and Barbara's worst characteristics ramped up to 11 in their interaction with each other when they could have just been like. So I just much prefer what it is now later, where like when in Tom Taylor's when Dick was all like, "Oh, Heartless is trying to get me. I think we should break up, Barbara, to protect you," and she was like, "Screw that." She's like, I know what this is. Like, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And he was like, okay. Like, that feels more, maybe it's just because I prefer that also, but that feels more true to their characters.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I do get Dick would want to check up on her, but Barbara, to me, feels more like she wouldn't say, no, let's have a fight about it. She'd just be like, thank you, you big doofus. I'm going to be fine, okay? And he'd be like, are you sure? She'd be like, yes. And for my own sake, I need to do this alone. Let me do it alone. And he'd be like, okay. And then that would be that. But I realized that's not dramatic enough.
I know. And I mean, and her throwing all those punches and kicks and stuff, I feel like Dick could have danced around that too, but we got to draw blood, I guess.
Right. Like they said, we need another fight scene.
Yeah. Again, I feel like they probably gave Gail Simone some marching orders here, but I'm just like, we could have talked this out and could have been like, you know what, if you guys are family, if you believe in me, let me do this myself. We could have ended this a lot less violently, but.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. And then that feels weird to me that, I mean, if it was like Dick and Jason, okay, but even then, I still think there could have been the opportunity for.
But yeah, it'd be a lot more believable if Jason had the chip on his shoulder. Yeah,
right. So whatever. I mean, like it's not the worst, but I don't know. I just wasn't super satisfied when I read it. Let's put it that way.
Man, that cover would be a lot better with that blue suit.
Many things would be. So, I don't know. I guess for me, I'd say it was like a C.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Not terrible, but definitely not fantastic. Just there.
Yes. It's there.
Cool.
All right. So anything else we want to discuss?
I think that's it. I've spent all my fury.
That's right, kids. New 52, killing the mood since 2011.
Dang. I know. Now it reminds me of my old age.
Hey, I'm older than you. Come on.
I know. So young. I was still in my 20s in 2011.
I'm in my 30s. Damn it.
I'm about to be in my 40s.
Oh, darn.
You're an old man, Phil.
I know. I have all you women calling me old. You, Lilith, my wife, everybody's calling me old. So.
Does your son call you old?
Well, again, he's 11. He thinks anyone who's born in a year that starts with 19 is old. So,
I mean, to be real, he's kind of correct anymore.
Exactly. You guys are so last centric.
Ouch, but true.
All right, kids. So yes, this was the last episode of the month. So yes, next 2 weeks we'll get more Electric Mullet, and then come back. Next episode we'll do the new Nightwing, Titans, and blah, 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 Batman and Robin Year 1 issues, and then for the second episode of February we will do more Batgirl issues, but Batgirl 14 through 17 from 2016, Rebirth, from the Rebirth era, not New 52. So don't worry, kids. It'll be better.
That's right.
All right. So yes. So so send us your thoughts on all of those. Again, the new issues and those Batgirl, the Rebirth issues. All right. You know what we need? We need some. If you can think of some, let me know. I don't have the schedule completely done for the year. If you like World's Finest issues, like what's some good World's Finest issues from like back in the day? With Dick with Dick as Robin, yeah.
Also, I feel like we should wait for it to be over, but maybe we could divide it into 2 parts. But we obviously have to review Nothing But Nightwing.
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah. I'll throw that on. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
When's the rest of it supposed to come out?
I don't know. Part of it they started back.
Okay.
Because Jason made it. Jason made an appearance.
Okay.
And it was actually hilarious.
I mean, maybe I'll just throw it towards the second half of the year. Yeah, just so it's like...
Yeah. Like I said, we could do it in 2 parts. And
yeah. All right. So.
Also, once it's done, or maybe in 2 parts, the Long Halloween.
Okay. The newest one? Okay. Oh, yeah. Long Halloween, Last Halloween. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh, God, how many issues of that's out? Because I think that's 10 issues. I'll have to look. Oh, maybe if it's all out by Halloween, we do that for October.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for the trade paperback to come out, so it feels like
you have to see when it's done, because anymore your trade paperbacks usually don't come out that much after the series comes out.
Yeah, let me see.
All right, kids. So send your thoughts, Capes. Oh, and send your requests too if you got any requests for Nightwing or Dick Grayson stories. CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Check out CapesLunatics.wordpress.com for all our episodes from the beginning of time. Buy merch on TeePublic and Spring websites. Again, rain the money on us through the Cash App link, and subscribe to our Patreon where you get exclusive episodes every month. Patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. But yeah, go out, go buy your trade paperbacks, and also while you're buying those, if you're on Amazon, yes, buy all your trades and buy first buy Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder.
That was a smooth segue, Phil.
Thank you. Again, yes. Learn all the secrets of Dick Grayson. Buy it on Amazon, and again, your purchase does support an educator. So, give her your money. All right. Oh, I know what. It was the World's Finest from like what was that, like the 40s or whatever. Yeah. There's that one cover where Batman, Superman, and Robin are trying to save that woman from like in the middle of the river, and they're making the human chain.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Superman's such a dick or something because he's not just flying in and grabbing her.
Yeah. Those World's Finest covers are, quite frankly, amazing. They are, I mean, if you want to have since they couldn't do openly queer things, if you want to have like a queer reading of anything, you look at most of those World's Finest covers, and it is a classic, like, Robin has two daddies, because it is like, so many of them are like Batman, Robin, and Superman, like swimming, going to the baseball game, at the carnival. Like, it's totally, I love it. It's totally like Robin has two daddies.
Oh my God. Yeah. We got to do some of those. We got to get Lil for at least an episode of those. If we phrase it that way, she'd be like, I'm in. We got to do this.
Those are mostly just the covers, but we could do a cover discussion.
Oh, yes. Some of the maybe the best and not so best covers. Yeah. The Joker's Boner episode is still legendary.
I mean, that issue is legendary.
I know.
How could it not be?
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. When I say Joker's Boner, no, I don't mean the New 52.
Or do you?
Oh! Oh no, that's when they were cutting Joker's face off. That's what they were doing. Because the Joker wasn't a scary enough person. Yeah, they had to cut his face off.
We can have amnesia about that part too.
That's okay. I can't remember anything from the end of 2011 to 2016.
I don't know. It's 2016 where I want to start forgetting. There's even for different reasons.
The world's burning. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Come back next. Join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News. Please don't hit your friends in the face.